Let's talk Texas Tech going on the road and taking care of business against Kansas State. So in the preview last week, I told you whoever won the turnover battle was going to take the game. Both teams had been very good in this department. And it was Texas Tech with a 5-2 edge in the turnover battle. And that proved to be a major difference in this game as they win 43-20 in Manhattan over Kansas State. And early on, they turned a fumble by Jace Brown into a touchdown, take a 9-7 lead. They turned a 3-and-out late in the first half into a 55-yard field goal. Another fumble from Oakley in the second half, 41-yard run by Williams. That took the crowd out of the game, gave Tech a 19-7 lead. And then the Avery fumble in the fourth quarter really sealed it for Texas Tech. There was still a glimmer of hope there in the fourth quarter. And then Avery fumbles it, and Tech takes it in for the scoop and score, and that felt like it was basically game, set, match. That was it. It was about the turnovers. The turnovers proved to be the thing that led Texas Tech to this dominant victory in Manhattan. And, you know, the other thing about Kansas State, while they had that big win over KU last week, they had not seen a team with this talent on offense and defense. And they hung in there despite all of these turnovers. They had chances. I know some are going to be upset on some of the officiating calls that were out there throughout the day, missed calls that were out there throughout the day. I saw on social media there were some suggesting that Big 12 refs were making sure Tech won the game, so game day would go to Lubbock next week for Texas Tech versus BYU. You lost the turnover battle 5-2. I mean, it's really as simple as that. K-State had opportunities in this game. They had chances, and then they would blast off one of their toes, and they did it time and time again. So whether it's controversy over a missed hold call here on Oakley or, you know, the second fumble by Brown, whatever it might be, I mean, there was a lot of different things that came up in the conversation throughout that game. And I look at it and I say to myself that Kansas State was not the better team. They didn't protect the ball. They didn't deserve to win. And early on, I wondered about some of the play calling in this game, too, for Kansas State. I mean, you look at the way they started this game. They start off with a quick interception from Avery Johnson. Then the second drive, they start to realize, hey, if we're going to win this game, it's going to be on the ground with Avery using his legs. They go rush, pass, rush, and then big rushing touchdown from Avery Johnson. Third drive, what do? Pass. If they were going to win this game, I know that Tech has a really good run defense, but I really thought that Avery Johnson's legs were going to be a key to win the game. And I didn't think that it was smart to really get away from that as early in the game as they did. You're at home. You got the crowd on your side. You've got to keep this Tech offense off the field, too, with Baron Morton back. You've got to own the time of possession. You have to use Avery Johnson creatively. And it did happen at times. The second drive was case in point after the interception. But they didn't keep to that game plan often enough. And then I get it. You're down a couple of scores. You got to try to figure out the passing game after that. Like, I understand once the game gets going, how you might have to tweak that. But even so, it wasn't really out of hand until the very end of the game. And there were too many times that Avery looked like he was trying to force passes. And I'm like, just get this guy out in space, get him running, get him down, keep the chains moving. Let's go. And they weren't able to do that. And then Texas Tech ended up pulling away late. Now for the Red Raiders, this team is off to its best start in nearly 2 decades, since the heyday of the Mike Leach era. They look like the team with Baron Morton back that we thought they were going to look like, and they did look like for most of the season. There was a bit of a rough patch the last couple of weeks, lose a game. You know, you're wondering whether or not this team actually can meet up and reach expectations, and they put a lot of that to rest on Saturday. The defense was just incredible. David Bailey, Jacob Rodriguez leading the way with this unit, and it is so much fun to watch these guys ball out. It's so much fun to see Texas Tech as really still, to me, this year, a defensive first team. That's not taken away from the offense at all. Please don't interpret it that way. It's just amazing to watch this defense do as much damage as it's done in its best game so far this season. And that was a case in point example on Saturday against Kansas State on the road in a tough place to play, in a tough environment. So the Red Raiders just had a great Saturday. Now they've got College GameDay coming to their house. And they got a top-ranked quarterback on Saturday too. A 2027 quarterback announced that he was coming to Texas Tech, Kavarian Bryant. So it's like, man, what a Saturday it was for Texas Tech. That was amazing to watch this team play, and then to see some of their off-field news as well. Kavian Bryant, I apologize for the name screw-up. But, top 2 quarterback in the class of 27 commits to Tech during the game. They get game day to announce they're coming to Lubbock next week after the game, and that all comes as the cherry on top for a dominant win at Kansas State. What a game, and great performance all around by the Red Raiders. Please make sure you're subscribed right now to the channel here at Heartland College Sports. I'm Pete Mundo. Thank you, as always, for being here as a part of the show.